Hey everyone, and welcome to another video here on the channel. Today I want to talk about a new YouTube policy that will be enacted very soon that has a lot to do with violence surrounding video games and how it could potentially severely affect GTA 6 when that does come out. So you may have heard about this as it's a few days old now, but I want to talk about it and give my own thoughts on it because it could very well have a very big impact on the content creation space when GTA 6 launches. And really not just GTA 6, but any mature rated game that has violence in it going forward. YouTube posted this update to their guidelines a few days ago. I'll go ahead and read it here. Hi creators, starting on November 17th, 2025, we'll be strengthening enforcement of our community guidelines around online gambling and graphic violence in gaming. Our policies are designed to evolve alongside the digital world. We're making these updates to keep pace with new trends like gambling and digital goods, and to more closely align our guidelines for mature content with industry standards. Here's a summary of what's changing. Online gambling content. Our current policy prohibits content that directs viewers to online gambling sites or applications that are not certified by Google. We're expanding our enforcement to now cover online gambling with additional items that have monetary value, including digital goods like video game skins, cosmetics, and NFTs. Social casino content. We're updating our approach to casino-style games where nothing of real-world monetary value is wagered or cashed out. Content that depicts, promotes, or facilitates social casino sites will now be age-restricted. And finally, graphic gaming content. In addition to our existing guidelines around graphic gaming content, we will age-restrict an additional small subset of video game content featuring realistic human characters that focuses on scenes of torture or scenes of mass violence against non-combatants. We'll consider several factors when reviewing this type of content, such as duration, if the graphic scene is sustained rather than fleeting. For compilation videos, we'll now consider the cumulative duration of all the graphic clips combined. Prominence, if the violent imagery is zoomed in or the main focus of the scene. And realistic human characters, if the violence is happening to a character that looks like a real human. The part about gambling and gambling sites, I don't really have an issue with, except for the one that says social gambling sites. Well, the GTA Online casino technically depicts real gambling, but it's with fake money that has no in real life value to it, so would that be considered for age restriction then? The specific sentence of this that has everyone thinking this is targeting GTA 6 is where it specifically mentions mass violence against non-combatants. Because what does this sound like it is targeting here really? What is one of the main things you can do in a GTA game? You can go down the sidewalk and mow down a bunch of realistic, human-looking NPC characters with a gun of your choosing. And in GTA 6, the graphics are going to be even more realistic. It's probably going to be one of the best-looking games of all time. So this, of course, has people concerned that if they just shoot an NPC in GTA 6 and it happens to be part of the gameplay that they eventually upload to YouTube, well, is that going to be age-restricted then based on this new policy? Because that's exactly what is being described here, it seems. GTA is also no stranger to torture scenes in their games. In GTA 5, there is literally a mission in the main storyline where you torture an NPC in various ways to get information out of him as part of the main storyline. It's not even a side quest. And later on in the story, Michael is also hung upside down and could potentially be chopped up in the meat factory place when he's kidnapped if you fail that mission. That could also be classified as graphic violence or torture. Now, I don't think it actually shows him getting chopped up though, but still. In RDR2, that game just has standard gore, like you can blow someone's head off with a shotgun, and in gunfights, it actually just zooms in on the guy's head being blown off with the little cinematic things that it does from time to time. And who knows what kind of things await us in GTA 6's story and the general gameplay of that as well. I would like to hope that this won't impact GTA 6 videos at all. Because imagine how annoying it will be if you have to be super careful to not kill anyone if you plan on using that footage for a YouTube video if you don't want to get age restricted or mess with any of that. If we have to tiptoe around the game to avoid triggering the automated system on YouTube that is not perfect, by the way, it never has been, then that is going to be extremely annoying and a huge nuisance. Even outside of GTA though, what about games like Resident Evil or any other horror game for that matter that shows graphic violence or torture? Will those also be flagged by this new policy? The reason I don't like policies like this is because it's always so subjective. Where is the line drawn between it becoming too violent and a video is age restricted and the video being fine? How many NPCs killed in gameplay footage would trigger that age restriction? There will never be a concrete answer to that. It's always subjective, and that's why these policies suck. Now on the other side though, I think this is more so targeting those videos where people intentionally commit specific acts on NPCs and then upload them. You guys remember a little while back, those GTA 4 clips were going viral where people would just go and basically commit a massacre at the hospital and then post it? Or remember when RDR2 came out and there was that whole trend with the women's suffrage activists where people would just find different ways of killing her, like feeding her to alligators or dragging her up a mountain and stuff like that? That kind of thing. I think those kind of videos are mainly what they are targeting with this policy. Even if that was the case though, we still don't know for sure. I'm just making an assumption. I still don't like it because those are still parts of the game in the end. I shouldn't be afraid to post parts of the general gameplay online. I feel like that's kind of leaning into the censorship territory. Now, you could also argue that nudity is treated like that already. If you post even a second of nudity in a game, it's going to just get age restricted automatically. But I think we all know that nudity is treated differently in society than violence is, especially video game violence. That is not just a video game thing, that is a society thing because it's the same thing with movies. Violence is just treated differently. It's a lot more common than nudity is. It also just doesn't make much sense because these are all M-rated games, right? Meaning you technically have to be 17 or older, at least in the US. And YouTube is a US-based company, but if a video gets age restricted about one of these M-rated games, you have to be 18 or older to watch the content. So you only have to be 17 to actually play the game uncensored for yourself, but 18 to watch a video about content on that game? That doesn't make any sense to me at all. Now, I get other countries also have different rating systems, and so they have to cater to those also. GTA 6 and YouTube are a global phenomenon, not just in the US, but I just couldn't help but bring that up because it came to my mind instantly. I can't imagine a world where this policy holds up GTA 6 altogether on YouTube, though. Everyone is going to be posting GTA 6 content when it comes out, and there is no shot that everyone is going to be getting age restricted and shafted because of this. That is a very dystopian way of looking at it. There is just no way they let that happen. No way. But we are in the year 2025 and soon to be 2026, and crazy shit happens all the time these days, so who really knows in the end? Let me know what you guys think about this policy change though, and do you think it will have a significant impact on video game content on YouTube, especially GTA 6 content in the future? If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, feel free to leave a like as well as subscribe to my channel for more GTA Online and GTA 6 content when it does release, hopefully not age restricted. I also want to give a huge shout out to all of my channel members for your support. If you'd like to become a member for some exclusive perks, you can either use the join button or the link that's down in the description. And as always, thanks for watching, and have a great day.